Hello, The Void. How are you doing today? I'm doing well. I was just busy with work. I was working on a software that I'm developing right now. I'm a full stack creative, which I haven't really shared yet, but I make videos, I make music, I make uh, design, I do software development and game development. So, kind of got my finger in a lot of pies, which can be exciting, but also overwhelming to juggle so many jobs. um, I realized because I posted two videos on this channel, but I realized that it's really scary to be vulnerable on the internet because I got like a negative comment and it really impacted me. And it made me wonder how YouTubers face that sort of criticism with without like losing their mind, because I know for a fact, like, if I was to meet this person in person, I would get along with them because I get along with everyone. um yeah, at least so far. Touch wood. But um just someone being able to criticize you without any consequence socially really breaks something, like, I think without the anonymity, if you're mean to someone in person, you have a reputation that follows you around, but also your relationship with that person is affected by how you treat them. But because we're interacting with people that we don't have relationships with, I think that it really promotes uncaring interaction. Um, I mean, I don't even like the dislike button on the YouTube videos because you're just telling someone that they did a bad job. And like, to see it on the other side, to see that interaction, it hurts your feelings. Like, I'm really squishy, so that like made me really pull back and private my videos. And then part of me realized that that isn't gonna help me to achieve my goal, which is to make a positive impact on the world. Like, I would like to push the boundaries of efficiency and what we think of as efficient, and how we implement systems in order to um, create growth and stability instead of having our incentive structure feed off of, like, decay. um, and to do that, I have to become comfortable with being vocal and face the negative side of the internet, which is that I am gonna get criticized. Um, I guess you'll become like desensitized to that after a while, right? Like, I'm sure YouTubers kind of feel a disconnect between comments and what someone in real life would say. At least I would hope so. If it's that painful every time, this is gonna be very difficult. Um, but yeah, something I've been thinking about lately is weddings. Um, I've been thinking about an idea for a software that I want to develop, but in doing so, I was researching the costs of weddings, and it's just so absurd. It's so absurd. It costs like 200,000 Rand for a wedding, and it doesn't make any sense because it's a young couple who's getting married and they're supposed to start their life, and it would make sense that, you know, they don't have to do this huge expense for a party, but at the same time, people are torn between, just eloping or having this fantastical, idealized day that everyone has been telling me is gonna be the best day of my life. The best day of my life. Since I was a child. So, yeah, there's that dark side of it, but at the same time, we don't celebrate a lot of don't celebrate a lot in our time. Like, there's not a lot of cultural rituals that bring people together. But weddings is one of those, and I really like that we celebrate love. I know it's easy to get jaded when the you have to like sacrifice a lot to have that ritual. Um, but I do like the idea. I do like the idea. It's wholesome. It's wholesome. It's like when people say that Valentine's Day is just like a money making racket. I just think, well, it doesn't have to be. Like, you can just tell people that you love them on that day and write them a card. Like, it doesn't have to be extravagant. But my friend was also speaking to me about her wedding because she's going to get married. And she was saying that some people, when they ask people to be the bridesmaids, they like make them little boxes of gifts. And I was like, I don't even know when that started. That's just, oh, sorry. My screens were just, yeah, they were just fixing themselves. But yeah, it seems like now there's more and more traditions that's being added onto it that are unnecessary, just because they do make money. But and I also don't enjoy the like social media aspect of it. I'm not on any social media. Are you, the void? Um, I feel a lot better. You know, I used to be on Instagram, um, and it would make me feel really insecure because I create a lot of things. Like, I create art and music, and I put it on there, and I just felt so naked because it's not really an environment to be vulnerable and real. It's an environment to be fake. And I would get caught up in thinking about the opinions of people that aren't part of my life. So I moved away from that and I felt a lot better. Things are a lot quieter and smaller. But yeah, I think I'll just have to find other places to share my art. Maybe here. But this has a similar vibe after reading the negative comments I got. I was like, oh, like there is there is a beauty in silence that's lost when the whole world can hear you. Like, you can't really whisper on the internet without there being some kind of risk of everyone knowing your secrets. And that makes the whole thing feel fake because everyone's afraid to be vulnerable. I used this sober app when I was quitting like all the other substances, and sometimes I still go on it, but I found it interesting how they structured it because you didn't really find people based off popularity, you found them based off of their progress. So you would become part of a bracket of people who quit on the same day as you, and then you would like kind of follow their stories and they would be part of your feed. And the only way to meet people was through interaction. So it built more of a community, which I found that really interesting. you know I think that that holds promise for a better type of internet, one where you can whisper, because everyone was so vulnerable on that app. um yeah, and there was reputation. Like, if you said something weird, other people, it developed enough closeness for there to be social consequence for your interaction, and that is missing on the internet. um for now, I feel like it's a matter of time before we realize the dysfunction. um but yeah, I just wanted to make a video because I want to get into the habit of it. um it's not really because I need attention or want people to subscribe or anything like that. I just kind of want to speak my mind and get comfortable in speaking my mind, and also have something to look back on when I'm older. Like, oh yeah, that's what I was doing in my 20s. Like, I think it can be a very powerful introspection tool to, I don't know, just talk, Get used to talking, get used to sharing, get used to being seen. I think it's important. So that's kind of why I'm gonna post on here. Um, but I'll also share my thoughts when they do come up. I hope that, some people could find it interesting, but at the end of the day, I have to be clear about my incentives for doing this, and maybe that will make the feedback sting less, I suppose. um, but yeah, I hope that you have a nice day today, The Void. Yeah, take it easy. Bye.